So everybody's like in an uproar about what happened with the BAFTA Awards. There's this guy with Tourette's. He screamed out the N word. I just think I should take this opportunity to say I have a really interesting way of thinking about the N word. Now, here in the United States of America, there's like this code. First of all, let's take it apart this way. If you're not black, you can't say the word. And especially if you're white, you can't say the N word. That's like the rule here. The funny part about that, about it being so offensive and certain people can't say the word, is that black people, we say it all the time. And oftentimes we use it as a term of endearment and we say it to each other constantly. Again, I have a really funny way of dealing with that word. Now, I am not using the word now because, of course, I got my kids. Another thing I have to say about the word, the N word, there are two. There's the one with the A at the end, which that's usually the friendly one, use that in casual speech. And then there is the hard R one, the ER at the end. That is never okay. And this is where I get weird because I truly believe there's a huge difference between the one with the A at the end and the one with the ER at the end. This is not to say that I'm okay with the word at all, or even the codes that are attached to it. I just thought I should just lay that groundwork out before we continue with why everybody's so outraged with BAFTA.
The stars of the film Sinners, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, walk on stage to present an award at the British version of the Oscars.
Now, the guy who screamed this racial slur, his name is John Davidson, and he has Tourette's. And so the way that they're handling it is, oh, he couldn't control what he said, he has Tourette's, you have to, cut him some slack. Now, the way I feel about it is, in that same BAFTA ceremony, there was somebody who said something along the lines of, I think, Free Palestine, and they made sure they got rid of that. Like, they cut that out. But with this situation, they didn't cut that out. And I think for a time, they didn't even bleep it out. And so it just says to me that they're very selective on what they're outraged about. Now, this is why I'm not outraged as an American. That happened over there in Britain. And my attitude is, the reason why I like America more than I like Britain is because here in the United States, that would have never been okay. Like, a lot of people get on my case about the fact that I love the United States of America more than any other country. I'm from here. What other country am I supposed to like more than the place of where I'm from? Now, there are other countries that are great. Don't get me wrong, they're nice, but I don't have a history there. And there is nothing wrong with loving your own country. And especially when you don't like something that happened somewhere else, because here in the United States, that would have been handled a lot differently. I mean, even listen to the language of the reporting of how they handled this guy.
The foul-mouthed insults came from this man, John Davidson. He suffers from Tourette's syndrome, a neurological condition that causes involuntary motor and verbal tics.
The person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language. We apologize if you were offended.
Even the apology at the ceremony was like a limp noodle effort. Given that, of course, as an American, I don't care for it. But as a person, I understand they have a different culture. It's Britain. Their nationalist mindset over there is very different from ours over here. It's a European country. Not that I'm saying it's okay, but the way that they handle things and the way that they think of things is very different. Now, as far as the N word goes, like I said before, I don't really care for the word, but then again, I don't really put much power to it because this whole thing of this word upsets me more than anything. I've had far more traumatic things happen in my life than somebody hurling the N-word to me. And frankly, people who have referred to me as that, regardless of their race, they didn't really affect me as a person. Now, everybody takes it differently. But as for me, I just think a person that used that word to be racist, I feel like racist people are already defeated naturally. That's why they do the best to make everybody around them miserable. And for people who think that it's a term of endearment, also, I think they are defeated people because they have to have some kind of code to feel good about themselves. Well, anyway, I thought it would only be fair if I posted how it really went down at the BAFTA ceremony.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.